Good evening, wrestling fans. Gordon Soley with you here, along with Buddy Colt, and we are live from the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium. Tonight, you can feel it. It's a big night of professional wrestling. Barry Windham to defend the Florida Heavyweight Championship and plenty more when we return. All right, good evening, wrestling fans. Gordon Soley with you here, and this is Championship Wrestling from Florida, and we are live at the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium in Orlando, Florida, and tonight we are going to be bringing you an incredible event in the world of Championship Wrestling. We've got almost everything you can imagine here under the sun, including Tyree Pride right here in our opening contest defending the Bahamas Championship in a triple threat manner. And, Buddy, what do you know about this?
Well, you know, the triple threat match, it's a little bit unusual because you've got three guys all going at the same time, and it's all a matter of who gets the first pinfall or submission, and that's it. It's not a question of does the champion get pinned or not. He doesn't have to get pinned. It could be one of the other two guys pinning them, and he still loses his title. So that's a little bit of an unusual set of circumstances, and it's an added pressure, I believe, for the champion in a match of this nature.
Well, I'd have to agree with what you just said there because, yes, you're right. The champion does not have to be pinned or forced to submit in order to lose his own title. If you didn't have enough to worry about the title match, they'd just add a little bit more fuel to the fire. And now here comes the other challenger, Sam Houston. We haven't seen the young man in a few weeks. We understand he's been busy moving around the country, but he's back here in Championship Wrestling, and we're looking forward to seeing him. Big opportunity for Mr. Houston here tonight to become the Bahamas champion. He's come close to winning a title or two here in the state of Florida in the past. He's come up just short. Maybe tonight will be the night he gets over that hump.
Well, you know, Sam Houston, we've seen him time and time again. There's no doubt a matter that he's capable of doing it. It wouldn't surprise me that he does do it. But you got that Bruiser Brody out there, man. I'll tell you, that guy is going to have everybody's full attention, I believe. But here comes your Bahamas champion, Tyree Pride.
Yes, indeed, Tyree Pride. He is the pride of the Bahamas at this moment. They do love him in the Bahamas. They feel he represents the nation very well. The island, I should say, of the Bahamas. And Tyree Pride now making his way in to the ring. You see that title around his waist. He doesn't seem like he's nervous.
Well, Tyree Pride has held that title now for some better part of 8.5 months. He did lose it briefly and then regained it from the one-man gang.
Well, of course, that took place back when One Man Gang was a part of the House of Humperdinck. That has changed And along that same line of logic, more recently, another excommunicated member of the House of Humperdinck, superstar Billy Graham, who will be here in action tonight looking to extract a level of revenge of his own. The bell sounds, however, and the match is now underway as the two challengers meet up in the middle of the ring, and Tyree Pride going to sit back for just a moment, perhaps. Oh, no, double team instead. Tyree Pride joining forces with Bruiser Brody for a moment, and that's the thing here. You're not going to have any alliances because everybody wants the same thing.
I don't know if you noticed that, Gordon, but Bruiser Brody just went and took the top turnbuckle pad off of the far ring post area, and then that exposed steel ring is there right now, and that's going to become dangerous if somebody gets thrown into that particular corner.
Well, referee didn't get anything done with it, so yeah, you're right. That is currently a part of this match to be aware of, as Sam Houston now taking down Bruiser Brody and Tyree Pride. Going to work on Sam Houston. We'd like to thank all you fine fans joining us here on the Nation Network. As Bruiser Brody goes for the cover on Sam Houston, and that's all it would have taken to have a new Bahamas champion, if not for Tyree Pride being able to make the save.
That's what we talked about earlier. It's just, oh, nice move right there by Tyree Pride. Wow.
He just took him down. Bruiser Brody all the way out to the floor. And I'll tell you what, Bruiser Brody, he really felt the sting of that one. Now we're down to a one-on-one match in the middle of the ring, and we see Sam Houston going at it with Tyree Pride.
Brody's still outside the ring, still trying to get back up, and he's finally to his feet, now gets back into the brawl.
And he's targeting the champion, but look at this, Tyree Pride, nice move right there. He's trying to look like perhaps a German suplex or a belly-to-back suplex, but Bruiser Brody near 300 pounds. That's just a little bit too much, I believe, for Tyree Pride to bite off.
Now Brody definitely going to stand head and shoulders above both of the men in this match. But while the other two are on the smaller size, they're both very quick, very agile. Although Brody, for a big man, he can move with the best of them. So I'll tell you right now, I would have to think that Brody's got the overall size and strength advantage, but there's two of them and one of him. So maybe it all washes out at the end.
Tyree Pride now looked like he was going to go for the abdominal stretch. Instead, turns it into a gut buster, and Brody feeling the effects of that one. Now, Tyree Pride acknowledging the fan base here, but I think that's a mistake. You've got to stay focused. You're the champion. You've got two different people trying to remove that title from you. And Sam Houston from behind, driving the head of Bruiser Brody into the canvas.
Yeah, what you were saying 100% right. You have to stay focused. There's Tyree Pride coming off the middle rope. And he didn't catch it flush. Brody's still feeling the effects, it looks like. And now the champion going to work on Sam Houston.
Oh, Sam Houston just sent them into that exposed corner that we discussed earlier. And Tyree Pride feeling that steel ring and the effects of it as he goes out to the floor. Once again, it is Sam Houston locking up with Bruiser Brody. Surprisingly, the two smaller men have both had a pretty good advantage over Bruiser Brody in this match, I would say.
Well, we just saw Sam Houston out there, and he was choking out Brody. Referee didn't do anything about that, but this is a triple threat match. There's really not a whole lot of rules in this one other than pinfall or submission. There will be one or the other. There's no countouts. There's no disqualifications.
You would think with that being the case that Bruiser Brody particularly may stoop to some more unorthodox offensive maneuvers. And by unorthodox, I am referring to things like a steel chair, for example. Definitely not something beyond the grasp or the realm of reality from somebody like Bruiser Brody. Oh, my word.
Wow, Tyree Pride just took him and drove him head first into the lower turnbuckle. What a snap on his head and neck area. And Bruiser Brody, really, I think he's taken the lion's share of the punishment in this one because he hasn't been able to focus on either one of the smaller men, and they've both kind of made him a target, it appears. And there it is again.
Indeed, Sam Houston, and with a clothesline, and the first man he goes after is Bruiser Brody. Now he turns his attention to the champion. The Bahamas title is on the line. One of these three men is going to walk out with it. Who will it be? Bruiser Brody getting up, but Sam Houston just hit with the Bulldog. We may have a new champion, but he's made the save.
Yeah, and it's not like Bruiser Brody's a fan of Tyree Pride, but if he doesn't make the save, then Tyree Pride is the former champion, and Bruiser Brody gets nothing for his time here.
Now it is Sam Houston from the middle rope. Senton splash. Goes for the cover. Will that be enough? He hooks the leg. We may have a new champion right here. Tyree Pride able to kick out, and it's a good thing because Bruiser Brody would not have been able to make a save in this event.
Tyree Pride now getting the opportunity on Sam Houston, but here comes Bruiser Brody. He's not going to allow a count here because obviously he would not have the title if he did.
And Bruiser Brody trying his luck as well, only to find Tyree Pride not allowing him. Wow, what a move by Bruiser Brody. He's got both men down. And now we could be seeing a changing of the guard.
Oh, Bruiser Brody just caught him with that big knee drop that he is famous for.
I believe we may be looking at a new champion, and yes, despite the beating he took in this match, everything we discussed early on comes to fruition because Tyree Pride, without being pinned, without submitting, is no longer your Bahamas champion.
As we take a look back at some of the action in this match, and there was a lot to see in a short period of time. There were moments here like this one where I thought Sam Houston might have pulled it off. And moments where I really thought Bruiser Brody was the least man likely to win, but then he hits that big knee drop. And just like that, there you have it. Your new Bahamas champion, the wild man Bruiser Brody.
Well, fans, that's how we kick it off here from the Eddie Graham. What's it going to be like during the main event? Barry Windham against the Great Muta tonight for the Florida Heavyweight Championship. Stay with us. There's plenty more action still to come here on Championship Wrestling from Florida. All right, welcome back, wrestling fans. Once again, Championship Wrestling from Florida. We are live from the Eddie Graham Sports Arena, and now we're going to see a very special one-on-one encounter. We've been well documenting the rise and now apparent fall of the Temple of Five with Kevin Sullivan. Tonight, we get a look at one of the competitors. It's one half of the Florida Tag Team Champions, Kendo Nagasaki. Once again, apparently in the company of the House of Humperdinck.
Well, yeah, you're right. We have documented it well here. You know, Sullivan put together the Temple of Five with Oliver Humperdinck's blessing. He took Kendo Nagasaki and the Great Muta to be key members of that organization. But after the Battle of the Belts and the Temple of Doom match, and Kevin Sullivan lost that Temple of Doom match, and matter of fact, we have not seen Sullivan back inside the wrestling ring since that match, but we will see him here tonight for the first time due to some of the injuries he sustained during that match. What a tremendous fall at the very end there, and a lot of people didn't know if Kevin Sullivan would ever be able to get back inside of a wrestling ring again, but he's here tonight, still wearing the scars from that battle. But in the meantime, while he was gone, there was a breakdown in the Temple of Five, and everybody's pretty much gone their own ways at this point.
Well, indeed they have. We've received word that Big Ox Baker has completely left the state of Florida. He's no longer a member of Championship Wrestling from Florida. Big Ox Baker is gone. As we've just mentioned, Kendo Nagasaki and the Great Muta once again back in the House of Humperdinck. However, tonight, Kevin Sullivan is regathering the troops, I suppose you would say, and he has done that pretty well because he's got Bob Roop. I take that back. He's got the Purple Haze still in his corner, and that's who's going to be his tag team partner tonight. A man formerly known as Mark Lewin. And here is Kendall Windham, youngest member of the Windham clan. Of course, his father is Blackjack Mulligan. His brother is the Florida Heavyweight Champion, Barry Windham. And that would probably be as good a time as any to remind all of you fine fans out there that the official announcement has been made. WWE2K18 will be coming out in late October, and of course we will bring you all of the news, updates, and any information available right here on the Nation Network. We all look forward to seeing what new glitches they come out with in 2K19.
There's no doubt that they'll have some good ones because every year they usually not only keep the same ones from the year before, but then they add new ones to the list. So it's going to be very entertaining to see exactly how bad it comes this year.
In the meantime, Kendo Nagasaki going to work on Kendall Windham. Windham with a nice lariat right there, and you can even see Oliver Humperdinck shrinking back with that one. Mr. Humperdinck was very fortunate to regain the services of Muta and Nagasaki, but not only that, he gets them back with tag team gold around their waist, so automatically the House of Humperdinck sporting some championship gold, and we all know that Oliver Humperdinck loves that. What's he doing right now? Oliver Humperdinck putting his hands on Kendall Windham. That should not have been allowed, and now look at this. Oh, wait a minute. This match may be over. Windham able to fight out of it, but we've seen that nerve grip.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I still say that's a chokehold, but somehow they allow it. They say it's a nerve pinch, but it's right in the throat area. How can you possibly do that? And it's no wonder he gets a lot of wins with it. If you choke me through the esophagus like that and crush it down, I'm probably not going to be breathing too well either.
Now it is Kendo Nagasaki with Windham in the ropes. Let's see what he's going to do with him here. Throws him outside the ring to the floor. What has he got in mind?
I don't know, but Kendo Nagasaki definitely has something. What is he going to do here?
He hits the ropes. Kendo Nagasaki. Oh, my word. Brother, he came through those ropes like a missile and took out Kendall Windham.
That was a pretty impressive move, and the fans here really appreciating it.
And now he comes off the top rope. Does Kendo Nagasaki. Windham now trying to fight his way back in, and he does.
Wow, we just nailed him with that bulldog on a concrete floor. That has got to be devastating as well, because you're driving a man head first into a concrete floor with all your weight on him in a headlock. I'll tell you something, this is going to be one heck of an outcome here, because both of these men really throwing everything they got at one another.
And now Kendall Windham again. Middle rope comes off with a nice senton splash right across the chest of Kendo Nagasaki. He went for that bulldog, or lariat, I should say, and missed. And now Kendo Nagasaki, he's making up for it with that chokehold. And again, referee allowing a lot of leeway here in the rules. Nagasaki with a variety of martial arts kicks and chops, and down goes Kendall Windham. Goes for the suplex, and that attempt is blocked. Reversed by Kendall Windham. And now Nagasaki is in trouble.
Well, you see that Kendall Windham's not able to follow up on it, though. He's just trying to gain his breath a little bit, his composure, because he took a lot of punishment at the hands of Kendo Nagasaki. He wasn't looking to advance his offense as much as just regain his composure.
Well, that may be, but I don't know that he was going to be successful. Kendo Nagasaki almost got him right there. Big chop, and oh, wait a minute, there it is. We just saw the mist, and here it comes. He's got him.
Well, he uses that claw hold to the face, but that mist, we don't know what's in there, but a lot of people pass out from it.
And Kendall Windham managing to get off the canvas. Now it is Kendo Nagasaki with Kendall Windham up across the shoulders. And what's he going to do here? Drops him throat first across the top rope.
Well, it's been going a little bit back and forth here, but I've got to tell you that the more devastating offensive moves, in my opinion, have been suffered by Kendall Windham. He's been on the receiving end, a majority of the offense in my book. We look at when Kendo Nagasaki went through the ropes, when he came off the top rope. And now look at this.
Kendall Windham has a figure 4 leg lock, and it's on him. Kendo Nagasaki has to reverse this or else it's over. And he does. Now Kendall Windham sending him into the turnbuckle. Hits the ropes. Kendall Windham with the bulldog. Goes for the cover. He hooks the leg, and now will this be it? He's got him. No.
Wow, I thought that was it for sure. Kendall Windham loves that bulldog. It's a move that he has really done a lot of success with, and he hit him with it. He caught him flush right in the middle of the ring. Oliver Humperdinck wasn't going to be a factor.
Cross ankle sweep right there by Kendo Nagasaki, but you're not going to pin anybody with that. Now Kendo Nagasaki with a springboard off the top rope, comes down with that elbow right on the mark. And back to the point you made earlier, the majority of the high-impact offense, I would say, clearly in control of Kendo Nagasaki. I do believe Kendall Windham has been on the receive. Oh, there it is again. Will he be able to survive again? I don't know.
It doesn't look good right now. Kendall's in trouble. He's down on one knee.
Yeah, I think it's over. Referee is asking him if he gives it up, and Kendall Windham somehow survives without surrender.
Yeah, but I got a funny feeling it's just a matter of time now.
Into the corner he goes, and now Kendall Windham going to work, throwing the shoulder into the midsection of Kendo Nagasaki. These two men have had one hell of a match here tonight. And let's give it out to Kendall Windham. No matter how this thing turns out, he's really absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment and is still going. And now look at this.
He's got the claw hold on. That's a family trait right there. He's got it. Taking that from the Blackjack Mulligan, and let's see if he's going to have the same level of success with it.
He's got him in trouble. And again, Kendo Nagasaki will not submit to the claw hold. Windham goes for the cover. He's got his feet up on the top rope. What's going on here? And he got no.
I'll tell you, I love the fact that Kendall Windham stealing a page from Sir Oliver Humperdinck. He's been on the receiving end of those tactics so many times that he decides he's going to try it himself. He is learning along the way, and he's a young man, so you have to expect that to happen.
And now Kendall Windham just busted open the head of Kendo Nagasaki. The blood beginning to flow down into the eyes, and this could be a wow, really coming out heavy. Kendo Nagasaki, his face quickly becoming a crimson mask. Referee is going to have to take a look at Mr. Nagasaki, I would suspect, at some point here. He goes for the cover on Kendall Windham, only gets two, fails to hook the leg. You're not going to pin him that way.
Yeah, no, you're not kidding. He really is spilling a lot of blood, and I'm surprised the referee hasn't done a little bit closer checking on him.
Well, perhaps with the war paint mixed in, the referee having a hard time deciphering which is which, but that is a pretty serious cut, I would dare say, and likely going to need stitches.
Well, Kendo Nagasaki, though, has really come back pretty strong here ever since getting busted open. Maybe the referee's decided he's shown that he can clearly defend himself and he's not going to get involved, and now the kick's coming in.
Kendall Windham with the opportunity, but he could not hold on to it. Now Kendo Nagasaki perhaps is ready. Wait a minute. He took a moment there, and that moment may have cost him, and he would have probably been defeated if not for the ropes. Kendall Windham understands where he's at in this match right now, and he knows how close he is to winning it. Power bomb, nicely done right there by Nagasaki, and he gets no.
Wow, how close can you get? That I thought for sure was the match. He had him down, his shoulders were down. I didn't think there was a chance that Kendall Windham was getting out of that one.
Oh, he's got that nerve pinch on again. That Orient death grip, if you will, and Kendo is in trouble. Kendall Windham again managing to survive it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen Kendo Nagasaki use that move a number of times on many, many people, and nobody has come through it 3 times. Now Kendall Windham has.
Oh, once again, we see the green mist. And there it is over the eyes, the nose, and the mouth of Kendall Windham, who's down. Referee's going to go for the count, and no. Kendall Windham has survived a storm right here tonight. Hooks the leg. Neither of these men are going to be the same when this one is over, I can tell you that, fans. Goes for the figure 4 leg lock once again in the middle of the ring. Kendall Windham has it on him. Kendo Nagasaki is not going to make it.
Wow, what an unbelievable win right there for Kendall Windham.
Kendall Windham withstood a barrage of offense from Kendo Nagasaki. And we've seen it all right here, I'll tell you what. 3 times he had that Orient death grip on. 3. He used that green mist on at least 2 occasions. There we take a look at one of them.
Yeah, Kendall Windham, I'll tell you something. He took a beating in this match, but he would not stay down. Every time it looked like Kendo Nagasaki had him, he managed to find a way to either kick out or roll out of the ring. He just always found a way to get through and survive, and now he's reaping the rewards of all of that as he is the victor here tonight.
Fans, we'll be back. Stay with us. All right, fans, we are back, and this one is going to be one for the records. Texas death match between Ron Bass and former teammate superstar Billy Graham.
Well, about a week ago, we saw what happened when Ron Bass came out and attacked superstar Billy Graham, who thought he was representing the House of Humperdinck on his way to a match. He didn't really understand why Ron Bass was out there at first until he started beating on him. Billy Graham was able to fend him off for at least for a little while, but then, you know, we've seen how things have gone down since then. So tonight it's going to be a Texas death match, and superstar Billy Graham is very much looking forward to that.
Well, here he comes, superstar Billy Graham, making his way down to the ring. Fans right now on their feet for the superstar. That's a business look on his face, and I would not want to be Ron Bass right now. Superstar Billy Graham getting ready to face off against the Cowboy Ron Bass in a Texas death match. Katie, bar the door for this one.
Well, you're 100% right. It is going to be one of those matches tonight where these two guys can now do pretty much anything they want to one another. It's all going to be legal. And I, for one, am going to be very curious to see just how superstar Billy Graham is able to take on the big cowboy, and if he's able to extract that revenge that he's so sorely looking for.
Well, Billy Graham, in talking to him, he wasn't entirely surprised at what happened so much as when and where. He saw what happened to the one-man gang, and he knows that after that loss back on the Battle of the Belts that he may end up taking the ire of Oliver Humperdinck. But now Billy Graham has said he has made it his mission in life to settle the score, and he is going to once and for all take out Oliver Humperdinck and the House of Humperdinck.
Well, there's a big move right there by Billy Graham, and he takes Ron Bass down with it. And thus far, we've kept all the action inside the ring. But again, Texas Deathmatch rules, folks. This can go anywhere in and around the arena. Pinfall or submission only, and it has to take place in the ring. But other than that, there are no rules, so we'll see.
Ramming the head of Ron Bass into the canvas repeatedly. And now Superstar Billy Graham, what a suplex that was right there. He kind of fell out of it and really drove the weight of Ron Bass into the canvas. The big cowboy, though, comes right back, and he's Texas tough. I tell you right now, you're going to have to do a lot more damage to him. And here we go. Here we go. We knew it was only a matter of time, and now Ron Bass will introduce the steel chair to the head of Superstar Billy Graham.
Well, once again, this is completely legal in this match, and this is something that we knew was going to happen. And now Bass surprisingly throws the chair away. I would have thought for sure he would have continued using that thing. Both men decide to take it out to the floor.
Ron Bass, now he's got Superstar Billy Graham, drops him across the guardrail. I'm not going to call that one other than to say that Superstar Billy Graham is going to be feeling the effects for some time. Now pillar to post, and this is what a Texas death match is all about. These two men have some grudge, and they're going to have to try to settle it here tonight. I'm not sure, no matter who gets the win or loss, I don't know that anything will be settled.
Yeah, I highly doubt that as well right now. This is just a couple of guys very angry at each other, and they want to get it done. And this is where they know they'll have that opportunity, and they're going to make the most of that opportunity here tonight.
Superstar Billy Graham on the receiving end right now as the big cowboy throws him back into the ring. Superstar Billy Graham is more than capable and comfortable breaking the rules. We've seen that over the many weeks in the past. Former world heavyweight champion, we know he's capable of winning any big match given the opportunity. Now the question is, oh, wait a minute. He's got the claw hold on him, and Superstar Billy Graham is fading fast.
Billy Graham is in trouble right now, man. His shoulders are down. Referee's asking if he wants to submit, but he should be counting his shoulders.
Ron Bass actually releasing the hold. Perhaps he felt that Graham was not going to win. Now Ron Bass using the rope, but it's actually legal here. And Billy Graham able to power out of that one. Tremendous Texas power slam right there by Ron Bass as he drags Billy Graham over to the ropes.
Well, he's got him here again, and look at this. Superstar Billy Graham able to get his shoulder up on one, but not with any major authority. You know, it's not like he really kicked out of it. It was more of a shrug.
Superstar Billy Graham has been spending a lot of time on the receiving end here in this Texas death match. Despite his absence, you know Oliver Humperdinck is watching right now on a monitor somewhere in the back, and he's got to be happy with what he's seeing, at least up until now. Overhead press slam by Superstar Billy Graham takes down the big cowboy. And now Ron Bass finds himself in the bear hug.
Oh, this could be it right there. The referee's asking him if he wants to give it up.
Ron Bass using the elbows to the side of the head, and there you go. He breaks out of the bear hug, but it didn't look good. And now, once again, Ron Bass takes over. Superstar Billy Graham all the way up to the top rope. Drop down he goes, and now Superstar, wait a minute, he caught him. Graham from a prone position, and now going to work. Well, he was.
See, that's the whole thing. Ron Bass really has done a great job of stifling any offense brought out by Superstar Billy Graham very quickly.
He's not going to pin Superstar Billy Graham, A, without hooking the leg, and B, you'll have to do more than slingshot him off a rope. But Ron Bass, he's going to keep trying. Give credit where credit is due. You can't get a win without a pinfall attempt, and he understands that. into the corner now, and Ron Bass following him in. Ron Bass now is in control of this one. Goes for the cover and again fails to hook the leg. Will that be enough? No.
Well, I'm not sure how many times Ron Bass is going to try and fail when it comes to the pinfall attempt here, not hooking the leg, and he's going to do it again, which is kind of silly.
But again, superstar Billy Graham on the receiving end of so much of the offense here tonight. Now, we did see that in an earlier match with Kendall Windham, and look how that turned out. So it's still very possible that he could come out on top of this one. Don't doubt it, but how many more moves like that can he handle and keep kicking out? That is the question. And why do you want to take that much punishment? Why does your body want to absorb that much impact? I'll never understand. And here comes a big one right here. Pile driver, that's got to be it.
If he hooks the leg this time, it's over.
Well, it may have been, but he doesn't go for the cover, and I think that was a mistake. Pile driver, one of the most devastating moves in professional wrestling. Take advantage of that when you have it. Oh, and there it is again. He's got that claw hold.
Looks like Billy Graham's outside the ring, but it's a Texas death match, and the ropes will not save you. And just like that, it's over.
He got him. To your point, yes, Billy Graham was in the ropes, but it's a Texas death match, and that does not help you. The beatdown by Ron Bass on superstar Billy Graham took its toll, as we suspected it would. Here we take a look back at some of the highlights. Here's that pile driver, devastating move right there, and I believe that would have been enough for him to get the win right there as Billy Graham rolls out to the floor. There is your winner, the man who says he's the master of the Texas Death Match, the Cowboy Ron Bass. Fans, stay with us. We've got more action still to come here live from the Eddie Graham. All right, wrestling fans, we are back, and we're going to send you back to the locker room area with our colleague, Bob Caudle, who is, I believe, standing by with the Prince of Darkness himself, Kevin Sullivan, in the Purple Haze.
Well, thank you so much, Gordon Sully. Yes, indeed, Bob Caudle here. And joining me at this time back here is, indeed, Kevin Sullivan. And Mr. Sullivan, nobody has seen you in a wrestling ring in quite some time.
You seem very happy about that. Let me tell you something. I am a new man on a new mission. Mike Graham, what you did, I'll give you credit where credit is due. But I'm also going to hold you responsible. The Temple of Five no longer survives, but Kevin Sullivan is here with the Purple Haze. And believe me when I tell you, what comes next is worse than whatever happened before. Because now, you will be facing off against the Dungeon of Doom.
All right, fans, there he goes, heading towards the ring. Kevin Sullivan with the Purple Haze. Back to ringside.
All right, well, we just heard from Kevin Sullivan, who we're going to see here momentarily. Talking about the Dungeon of Doom replacing the Temple of Five, and there he is, the Dark Prince himself for the first time in over a month. What is going on here?
Wow, I'll tell you that. We've seen a lot of crazy things from Kevin Sullivan in the past, but I don't know if anything's going to match this.
The Purple Haze, Mark Lewin, the Maniac Mark Lewin, coming to the ring along with Kevin Sullivan, and this is the Dungeon of Doom. Not aware of anybody else that may be a member of the Dungeon right at this moment, but the night is young. Stay around, right?
Now, with Kevin Sullivan, you never know what's going on with what, but here tonight, it's going to be a very interesting tag team match because it's going to be him and the Purple Haze. Going up against Steve Kern and Mike Graham. And Steve Kern, as we know, ever since Stan Lane departed and left the Fabulous Ones, has been looking for a tag team partner. He teamed up with guys like Mike Rotundo, Kendall Windham, and he's still looking around to see who that permanent partner may be, and perhaps it will be Mike Graham. We'll find out.
Well, as you see, Kevin Sullivan still wearing the scars from the Temple of Doom, and I said that was over a month ago. He came through that steel cage structure, and he struck his head on those steps some 15 feet below. A lot of people didn't think he'd be getting back in a wrestling ring ever again. And even a month later, you have to wonder how well healed up he is. Steve Kern in the ring. And here is his tag team partner, Mike Graham, his father, of course, Eddie Graham, the man this building is named after. And you think Mike Graham might have a little bit more punishment left to be paid out to Kevin Sullivan.
Well, I'll tell you, I think he settled his points. But at the same time, another opportunity is another opportunity, and I have no doubt he's going to take advantage of it. Kevin Sullivan, though, seems a little distracted by the fact that the Fallen Angel is now still in the corner after the 30 days of Mike Graham.
No doubt about it, that is a sticking point for him. He thought she'd come back to the fold, and as of yet, that has not happened. But there are those that wonder about the loyalty of Fallen Angel. Will she remain loyal to Mike Graham, or is she going to go with Kevin Sullivan?
Well, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, right?
Well, one thing about women that I can tell you firsthand is they are all bi. It is your job to figure out if that's polar or sexual. And now, Steve Kern goes to work on the Purple Haze. Be very curious to see how well these two men work together as a tag team. Head first into the turnbuckle, and now the Purple Haze is out. There's the tag made, and now Mike Graham is in the ring. Drop toe hold, elbow drop right to the back, and there we go. Lunging tag made, and Kevin Sullivan is in the ring with Mike Graham for the first time in over 30 days.
And Mike Graham is on the receiving end as Kevin Sullivan really, look at this, wait a minute.
The Fallen Angel is distracting Kevin Sullivan. In a recent interview, Mike Graham mentioned that she is her own person. Now she is her own woman. She is able to do what she wants, and she is enjoying not being the personal property of her master. Kevin Sullivan. Nice moves right there by Mike Graham to get out of that one arm drag. Takes Kevin Sullivan down.
You have to wonder just how distracted Kevin Sullivan will be by the fallen angel being in the other corner, and already we've seen it playing out.
The drama is real. Mike Graham, his personal life relationship came to an end as a result of the actions of Kevin Sullivan, and he said, I want an opportunity to take from you that which you've taken from me, and he's done that apparently.
It actually may be a little bit worse because in this case, Sullivan is face to face. It's enough to focus on a tag team match as it is, but when you have a distraction outside the ring like the fallen angel, that can definitely tilt the scales. And now Kevin Sullivan's got Steve Keirn. He can't finish up there, though. He looked like he was going to put a boot to him or something, but that did not happen.
Now Steve Keirn, and again, the double teaming really looking good on this team right now. Missile launching him, crossbody press on Kevin Sullivan, and Mike Graham again continues the beating. And now the clothesline all the way to the floor, and he is at the feet of the fallen angel. And she gets Kevin Sullivan up off his feet. What just happened there? I don't know what we just saw. Somehow there is a disqualification, and the winners are the Dungeon of Doom.
All right, wrestling fans, Bob Caudle back here again in the back locker room area, and right now joining me is the Florida Heavyweight Champion, Barry Windham. And Barry, you're going to be defending that title against the Great Muta later here tonight. Not very far away.
Well, you know something, I've been watching Muta for a long time now, and I've seen him, and my brother Kendall and my father have gone against him and Kendo Nagasaki a number of times, so I understand exactly what I'm getting into. I don't know if he understands what he's getting into with me, though, so much. But I appreciate an opportunity to get in the ring with any great competition, and I will give the devil his due. Oliver Humperdinck has found a way once again to get Muta inside the house of Humperdinck, but that just means he's my mortal enemy, and I'm going to do whatever I've got to do to retain the Florida Heavyweight Championship. You can better believe that. And Oliver Humperdinck, if you put your nose in my business, I'm going to take you out.
Well, there you hear it from the Florida champion, Barry Windham, fans. We're going to send you back now to Gordon Soley and Buddy Colt.
Thank you very much, Bob Caudle. As we get ready for our main event, it is for the Florida Heavyweight Championship. Making his way down to the ring, along with Oliver Humperdinck. He is one half of the Florida Tag Team Champions, and think about this, he could be walking out of here with 2 titles tonight.
No doubt about it. The Great Muta is very capable of doing just that. And Oliver Humperdinck, I'll tell you, he's just rolling in it right now because he goes from having a House of Humperdinck that is falling apart, much like the Temple of Doom did, or the Temple of Five, I beg your pardon. Well, I guess the Temple of Doom fell apart too, didn't it? But he goes from having virtually nothing and everything falling apart around him to having automatic champions and the possibility of having not only the tag team champions, but the heavyweight champion in his camp.
We've seen stranger things happen. I don't know much stranger, but we've seen stranger things happen. And again, Great Muta is here, and he is ready. We heard from Barry Windham just a few moments ago. If Oliver Humperdinck decides to stick his nose into this match, Barry Windham plans on letting him have it.
Well, I would be one of the most surprised people in this entire arena right now if somehow Oliver Humperdinck did not try to interject himself into this match. It is what he does, and we've seen it time and time again, so...
He is the Florida heavyweight champion, Barry Windham, and right now, big opportunity lie ahead, and that is for the Great Muta to not regain, but to gain the Florida heavyweight championship. We look at the challenger. From the rising sun of Japan, he is one of the greats, and he has come such a long way here in championship wrestling from Florida in the past 9 months. We have watched him literally just ascend a level of success here in the world of professional wrestling that may be unmeasurable compared to others. And tonight, if he could cap that off by taking that title from the shoulder of the champion, Barry Windham, that would really be about as big a feather in the cap as you could ask for.
Yeah, more than just the fact that you're the Florida champion, that you would take it from Barry Windham. Barry Windham, one of the most respected, top-tier talents in professional wrestling anywhere. He can go anywhere, anytime, and become a champion. This is the guy that you know Ric Flair looks over his shoulder all the time at, because Barry Windham is right there. He matches Flair so well in style. Any given day, this man could be the champion. He could be the champion in the AWA. He could be the champion in world class. He could be the champion here, and he is.
All right, bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. Barry Windham from a seated position. Now the big size and definite strength advantage will go to Barry Windham, who moves very, very well. He's one of the most agile wrestlers in the world. However, I would say quickness, speed, and an agility advantage still exists for the Great Muta in this one. But I would say with the size, strength advantage of Barry Windham, and then perhaps the biggest thing is the experience advantage, although right now, maybe that's playing against him because Sir Oliver Humperdinck has some words for Barry Windham, and perhaps it is his past experience dealing with Oliver Humperdinck that he decides to address him, but that was an opportunity he could have been administering more punishment to the Great Muta and did not.
Wow, what a tremendous suplex right there by Muta. He really did a great job on that one. Put a lot of torque and pressure on the neck and shoulders of Barry Windham. Go behind now, and there's another one. German suplex by Muta on the much bigger man, and he's doing a good job.
Well, we knew he would be able to because he knows his leverages. He uses his legs very well, and he powers through his moves, and that's what he's done right here with that nice example of a German suplex. But there is more of what I was expecting. That Hurricane Rana on Barry Windham, and now he's just taking out everybody, including the referee.
All right, this is where things get dangerous right now because Oliver Humperdinck could interject himself at this point, and the referee wouldn't know about it. But Barry Windham turning the tables nicely right there.
And he comes down with that big knee to the head of Muta. Florida Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Which man will it be? Barry Windham, Great Muta, one of these two men from the top rope. What the heck was that?
I tell you right now, it's got to be over. I think we've got a new champion.
He got it. No. I've never seen anything like that. From the top rope, and Barry Windham has been shaken up. Now Muta trying to draw submission from Barry Windham.
Wow, Windham, I'll tell you right now, I think he may have just, I don't want to say he underestimated Muta because I don't believe for a moment he would do that. but I don't think he was really prepared for what he's already gotten from Muta. And if he does walk away with the Florida title still around his waist, he'll be much better for it, just having this experience already.
Suplex on Muta, and his feet got caught up in the ropes, bringing all the weight down on the shoulders. You try to use your feet and your legs to display some of the impact. That did not happen there. Barry Windham now hooking the leg. Windham continuing to receive the kicks and the punches and the chops of Muta. And now Muta going for the suplex. Has Barry Windham up in the air. Couldn't hold it. And now the Florida champion with Muta across his shoulders. Press overhead and drops him.
Well, that is the size strength advantage that we talked about by Barry Windham, who just drove him with that DDT hard into the canvas.
And now here we go. Sir Oliver Humperdinck distracting that referee. Barry Windham had this match, and now it looks like Muta has been busted wide open. The blood flowing down the face of Muta, whose face is quickly becoming a crimson mask. Handspring elbow right to the champion.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Oliver Humperdinck, he may have just bit off more than he can chew, because he's cost Barry Windham this match if he loses it now. Barry Windham, after that DDT, I believe this match was over. I don't think any doubt about it that he was going to be the champion and retain that title.
It definitely did not look good for Muta, and you can guarantee that Barry Windham is going to have something to say to Sir Oliver Humperdinck either way, despite the outcome of this one. Muta, there's a moonsault, and he caught him with it. Will that be enough? He's got one, he's got two, and no.
Very close right now, but Barry Windham's in trouble. Barry Windham and the Florida Heavyweight Championship are both at risk right now, and the challenger is giving him everything he wants and more.
Muta with a big wind-up and a miss, and now Barry Windham going to try and turn this thing around, sending Muta into the turnbuckle, and now Barry Windham hammers away, hits the ropes. Here comes the Bulldog, drives him into the mat head first. Barry Windham hooks the leg. Referee is down. There's a cover one. He's got two, and yes, he got him. What a victory for Barry Windham.
I'll tell you what, man, that is why we have the greatest champion anywhere, I believe. The Florida Heavyweight Champion is Barry Windham. He retains that title despite the advantage of Oliver Humperdinck and the distractions. Right there, that match was over. Right there, that match was over, in my opinion. But then you see what happens. Oliver Humperdinck distracts the referee. Here comes the big opportunity. Here's the moonsault. I thought that was going to be the new champion.
It certainly looked that way. No doubt about it. But Barry Windham had what it takes to come back for more, and he is still the Florida Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us here from the Eddie Graham Sports Arena, and we remind you that there will be more action here on the Nation Network later this morning. The UWF will be in action. We invite you to come back and join us for that as well. Until next time, for Buddy Colt, this is Gordon Soley saying so long and good night.